Well, how the hell did this happen? It seems like only 3 years ago that Richard and I were in some dilapidated boardroom in Temple Works, putting a little event on with a few of our mates. We thought, just have a bit of fun, make it up as we go along, and suddenly we find ourselves in the town hall. And I'm thinking, how can we make sense of this? Well, I'll tell you a little story. It's Christmas Day, 1977. It's about 6:30 in the evening, and I'm walking from my parents' house into Huddersfield town centre. And I'm walking the 4 miles because there are no buses, it being Christmas Day. And I'm going into Huddersfield town centre because I've got a ticket in my pocket to an event. I'm going to Ivanhoe's nightclub to see a band. And it's like, Christmas Day, who would be so contrary, so unexpected, to put an event on Christmas Day? Well, it was the Sex Pistols, of course. I'd heard about this band. I'd heard about this thing called punk, and it was this craze that was taking over the music industry. And I didn't know too much about it, so I thought, well, I'll go and check out this band, the Sex Pistols, because they were supposed to be the vanguard of it. And when I got to the venue, it was like everyone there was in the same boat. They weren't quite sure what was going to happen or what to expect. And in fact, the tension in the room was such that Johnny Rotten had to come out and plead with the audience to chill out a bit because the band could feel it and they were freaking them out. Anyway, when the band came on, all that tension just evaporated in this explosion of joy. Because if the audience knew one thing, it was that people could enjoy themselves at a punk concert. And that's what they did. And it was a fantastic gig. And I've only ever been moved once to ask a performer for their autograph. And as Sid Vicious walked past me, I stopped him. I said, "Can I have your autograph?" "No," he said. "Fuck off." I half expected that because that was the reputation of punk. But to give the lad his due, he'd been signing autographs all day at a children's party that they'd thrown that day. So he was probably fed up by the time. But that was the most exciting evening's entertainment I'd ever experienced. Until now. Because this beats it, hands down. And I tell that story because the parallels between the punk movement and BettaKultcha are plain to see. The punk movement allowed anybody to make music. That was the liberating thing about it. You didn't have to be good at music or whatever. You could just get a guitar, learn a few chords, get your mates together. There you had a band. You had a voice. And I feel that's what BettaKultcha does. It allows anybody to get up on stage. They have 5 minutes and they can give their message. They have a voice. So it doesn't matter how important you are, what qualifications you've got, what status you have. You've got 5 minutes like everyone else. And I suppose what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is that it's not about me and Richard. We're just the organisers of the thing. And we're constantly aware of that. And we keep telling the audience and the presenters that it's you that make the event. It's you that have created this community. You've come out tonight and you've made this event possible. And which is why we're in the town hall. And we'd just like to say that we're grateful. And thanks very much for turning up this evening. Now, it's in the tradition of any MC of an event such as this to gently take the mick out of anyone who has high status at an event. Right, so I thought, okay, I'll do a bit of research. You know, it's just to remind them that they're human, like everyone else, you know. So I did a bit of research on the internet to find out if he's done any sort of embarrassing things or made a few mistakes or whatever. And guess what? He's such a nice guy, there wasn't anything. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Tom Anderson. Right, our next presenter, he's come all the way from Devon. Anybody from further afield than Devon? Close, but no cigar. When it's people's first time, we like to make them feel really, really welcome. So you know the routine, big round of applause. Let's start the roll going, yeah. Whooping and shouting, Mr. Mark Moore! Has anybody got kids in the audience? Yeah. They're great until they get to about 11 or 12. And then, you know, because they'll play on your knee and they'll still be interested in wooden toys and that kind of thing. And they'll go to bed at 9 o'clock. As soon as they hit puberty, that's it. They become like that sort of offspring that you're a bit embarrassed about, and they have to live in the attic, and you occasionally send food up and clothing whilst they're on the games all the time. And I'm just speaking from experience, Mark. That's just what I've discovered. Great, lovely. Right, let's move on to our second half. We've got even better presenters for. Well, it's because you've had a. Let me explain. It's because you've had a couple to drink that they suddenly appear to be funnier and more entertaining. That's what I meant to say. Blimey, that was close. In the news recently, I noticed that they didn't vote for women bishops. I was so angry, I got out my wooden chess set and I carved a pair of breasts on one of the bishops. Take that, Church of England. The end. That's it. That's BettaKultcha. You have experienced it. These are our presenters for the evening. Thanks very much. David Price for on the piano and for our random slide challengers. Thanks for coming along this evening. We couldn't have done it without you. I think we've got away with it, Richard. We hope to see you again, maybe at the town hall. See you all later. Thanks for coming. Thank you.